Frozen to the bone, there's darkness in your soul.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trek Canon. So, today we are doing a review of Season 3, Episode 5 of Star Trek Picard entitled Imposters. Look, right off the bat, if you guys have not seen this episode, just stop this. Just stop this. Pause it. Put it in the background. Put it somewhere else. And then go check out this episode because we will be having spoilers. So, of course, we pick up right after the events of them getting away from the bad guys, in their starship, right? And we've left them in Nebula. Now we're heading back, and we're at the edge of the Federation space, and they're making repairs. Now they got the time to basically say, all right, look, we finna have somebody come aboard from Starfleet because Captain Sheldon already let Starfleet know what happened, and he's looking forward quite jovially to having these guys answer for all the crazy stuff that they've, have his ship get into, particularly in all of this. And, it was pretty cool. They tried to throw that little, where, we've saved the galaxy all these times and everything. And Captain Shaw had to, kind of remind them, yeah, y'all did that, but y'all done kind of messed up too. He brung up the time where, Commander Riker crashed the salsa section in Generations. He brung up the time where they broke the Prime Directive and Who Watches, I think the Watchers, man. And, or the other one, man, where, what was it? Where Picard and them got seen as a god and he had to come down and correct all of that and everything. He got shot with the arrow. Or he was talking about, let me see, what else did he talk about? He talked about All Good Things, man, when they created the anti-time rift. Look, let me tell you, I just get a kick out of Shaw. He just lays it out smooth, man. Like, look, y'all ain't finna play none of those cards with me. I still remember you low cute as, and I don't like you already. Just look. So, did you guys notice that, first of all, Jack Crusher is tripping. He's going through some things right now and everything, and he's kind of, what he's kind of reminding me of? He's kind of reminding me of, old girl from Firefly, that the doctor's little sister. I don't believe I forgot her name, but he's kind of giving me that vibe, whereas at any minute he could switch and turn deadly as all outdoors. But he had one of these flashbacks, man, where he goes onto the bridge and he just starts laying waste to everybody. Okay, did you guys notice the phaser? That was a very interesting choice of prop because that phaser is an old style TOS phaser. And did you guys also notice that style of uniform? It reminded me of kind of like the DS9 style of uniform that they had for space stations aboard the show DS9. Now, let's get into Worf and Ralphie. Now, I guess, Ralphie wanted to learn the way of the warrior, man, so she's practicing with Worf. And I'm so glad that they didn't make it, real phony type to whereas Ralphie had any chance of winning because it looked like she was keeping up with him for a while. But I like the way Worf was like, look, and kind of showed her, peep, peep, just stood there like, plop, 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 plop. You ain't got nothing on me, baby girl. You ain't, I'm a warrior. I'm a Klingon warrior. And look, their headbutt she should have had blood on her head, but their headbutt a concussion because that's a Klingon skull right there. You know what I'm saying? They go around headbutting each other for party and fun. You know what I'm saying? And it's already known that a human can't survive that challenge. They ain't got the upper spinal power for it like Data did. Also, did you guys notice how Worf G-checked Ralphie, man? Ralphie started running off, man. La 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 la. And Worf like, look, I'm tired of la la la. And he just threw the knife down on the ground. Was like, look, chick, I'm a Klingon. I'm a Klingon. You need to chill. You need to, and she did. Look, gangster. So, basically they continuing on their mission to find out what's going on that on their end with the Daystrom Institute investigation. But they're being denied entry into the Daystrom Institute. But somebody keeps wanting them to continue the investigation, right? So they go back to District 6 and everybody clear out. Now, at first you think everybody clear out because, they call themselves the alphas of District 6. But come to find out it's this Vulcan dude, man. And look, I've for the likes of me, I forget the actor who plays this Vulcan guy, but he's one of those actors that's been through sci-fi. And look, I'm gonna try to put his picture right here. I'm gonna try to put it. I'm gonna try to do it. But look, he the Vulcan head dude. He was over the dude who got his head cut off. The Frankie guy. Come to find out, they family brothers, man. And from the hood back in the old days of District 6, they was raised up with each other, man. You know, hustling and dealing and running the streets and created this empire, which the Vulcan explained logically. You know, which was smooth because it's a Vulcan. But they end up capturing Ralphie, man, and Worf and them they end up thinking they didn't double cross. It's cool how they brung in a mobile emitter because you'd be wondering, man, of course somebody then replicated a mobile emitter. That technology has to have been replicated. Come to think of it, what other technology do you think they would have replicated and kind of put out there since they had the whole Voyager with that, what was it, 26th century Borg technology on it? Anyway, they end up putting Ralphie and Worf against each other. Like, look, if y'all don't fight in the next 60 seconds, we gonna kill both of y'all. So Worf like, look, today is a good day to die, Ralphie. Let's do this. So they end up going at it, and Ralphie ends up killing Worf. And I'm like, what? And they end up carrying Worf out in the thing. And I'm like, nah, Worf had to be playing or something, man. Like Worf, they like Worf dead. And I'm like, what? Nah, Worf gotta be playing, man. Worf gotta be playing. Must be that other heart thing, you know, where Klingons could, you know, they just restart their shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But he had to be all dramatic, man. End up cutting off all the lights and everything like that in the little District 6 area. Cut down. Everybody cut down. Everybody put dude in a headlock with a knife to his throat. And they like, look, you're going to tell us what we need to know, because if you don't, you know, he's like, well, it's going to be logical that I do, because, you know, Worf bleeding out and he ain't got that kind of time, right? So check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. So they release a shuttle in, of course, showing them everybody on the bridge like, man. And when I say they, the Intrepid. And when I say the Intrepid, yes, the Intrepid. Because look, they had the Intrepid come on screen, and when it first warped into, you know, view, I was thinking to myself, man, the secondary hull, the primary hull is that's a beautiful design. I really, really love that design. To the way that they kept it Starfleet, but changed it up to where it was unique to his. I would buy that model. But anyway, it was the Intrepid, OG ship, right? So they even got a class called the Intrepid class. Look, so the shuttle ends up coming over, and everybody went in like, why is they not beaming over, right? So they go to meet the person and come to find out it's somebody that they are familiar with. So I'm thinking to myself, well, who could this be? Who could this be? Look, let me tell you something. Shuttle docks, door slides open, and it is none other than Ro Laren. It is none other than Ro Laren. Look, it's been a long time since we done seen Ro Laren. I personally thought Ro Laren was dead because, you know, the whole Dominion War thing, man, and Jim Hadar killing everybody who was in the Alpha Quadrant that had anything to do with the oh man, with the Marquis, anything to do with them got killed. I thought the only Marquis that was left was the OGs on a voyage over in the Delta Quadrant. But anyway, Ro being the high speed that she is, man, I guess she ended up. Look, I'm getting ahead of myself. But Ro's basically like, look, y'all need to answer some questions. Y'all being brought up on charges of treason. And they like, what? Yeah, treason. So I'm going to have to question y'all. It's going to be separate. Admiral Picard, you go first. Now, I like the conversation that Picard and Riker had as they was waiting on Ro to actually get to him, right? Whereas Picard was more concerned with her betraying him. And I think that is something that, I don't think that is this, but this has been something that's been shown in canon, whereas if a captain trusts one of his officers, which is what they usually do, and these officers betray him, man, they take that personally, man. They will destroy the atmosphere of a planet and make it uninhabitable for 70 years just to catch Eddington. I mean, just to catch, this person that they feel betrayed them. And Ro is one of those people. And Picard was basically like, look, how is she even in Starfleet when she didn't been treasonous? She didn't been treasonous, man. She should be locked up in jail. She got the audacity to come in. How is she even in Starfleet? So check this out, right? Check this out. So they trying to hide Jack, Crusher, man, because of course everybody's looking for him. Now, thing is, he's having this flashback of being in a Starfleet uniform, just going off killing everybody, right? So he's really trying to stay out this Starfleet uniform. But 7 and 9, under Admiral Picard's, request to hide him, right, gives him a Starfleet uniform, the red and black security type, right? So he's like, oh my goodness, right? So he's trying to get away. He tries to get through on a transporter, right, and try to beam to somewhere else. But I think I'm getting ahead of myself. But I think the thing in him that's motivating him, wanting him to get to the Intrepid for some reason. But we'll get into that, right? Now, Ro ends up stepping in and being like, yo, Picard, Admiral Picard, you first. And so look, let me tell you something. I really love the first way they went at it, because Picard was basically like, look, man, why are you talking to me? What happened to you? Why you betrayed me and everything like that? And Rose was trying to stick to the script, like, look, first 30 years ago, it has nothing to do with that. Hey, why you ain't wear your earring? Hey, look, man, it's all ain't got nothing to do with you. You answer the questions that I'm putting forth to you. Matter of fact, just you just come with me. Since you being so hard-headed, you just come with me, right? So she starts to escort him, man. She pulls a phaser out on him and tells him to go on a holodeck. When they open a holodeck, of course, it's the bar, 10-4, right? So they go in, man. Picard shuts off the safety protocols, which I didn't know they had a little thing down there for that. Shut off the safety protocols while he goes behind the bar pretending to post some drinks, right? So Ro and him ends up having a real conversation about why she left and did what she did, and why Picard felt the way he did about it. And look, I have waited so long for this conversation, man, this interaction, that, man, what would Picard said to Ro, if he had ever ran across her again, had been something which, somebody who he had mentored and tried to guide, somebody who had fought for and recommended to get, back into Starfleet. Now, of course, it was all at Guinan's request. And if you think about it, Guinan seen something in Ro that convinced Picard to, hey, well, Guinan, I trust her implicitly. And if she call you a friend, that's saying something. So I'm going to vouch for you. I'm going to put everything on the line and vouch for you and do this. And to him, it was a betrayal to, like, everything, all of that trust that she did what she did, betrayed him and ran off to the Marquis. Now, she was basically like, look, you was trying to mold me. Where did you find me, dude? You found me in jail. Why? Because I was disobeying orders because of what I thought was right. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know it resulted in some people dying, but it was because of what I thought was right. When you brought me on the ship, you know what I mean? I was hard-headed all through the time I was in the next generation. I was hard-headed. I became less hard-headed, but I was always hard-headed. You know what I mean? They modeled Kira Nerys after me. That feisty Kira, right? Ro was supposed to have taken that part. But, look, that's neither here nor there. But Ro was straight G. So she ends up becoming part of, Starfleet, security, and infiltrating, the Marquis, man, and ends up empathizing with them under normal conditions, man, because of course anybody would empathize with the Marquis. Captain Cisco's homie, man, Commander dude, black dude, yeah, the first dude when you first found out about the Marquis. Anybody who got any type of empathy would have empathized and joined the Marquis, or at least supported him in some kind of way, right? So she was basically trying to tell him, man, look, you was trying to mold me into this model person that I wasn't like. And I was trying to tell you I wasn't like this. But that doesn't mean I wasn't honorable, just because it wasn't the type of honor that you see as honorable. It is the type of honorable that is honorable to me and the people that I helped as a result of that. And the way that, and basically the breakdown of their emotions, let them know that they wasn't. Look, I'm getting ahead of myself, but let's just get right into it. The changelings have found a way to pass the blood screens. How? Because some kind of way they have evolved into being able to replicate humans and what they turn into down to the with the organs and all of that stuff, and they only revert back to their liquidic state when it's broken down to a when you cut all that stuff up. Basically, you don't know who these people are, all right, and they have infiltrated the highest and most powerful positions in Starfleet. Now, I found it great how he mentioned, hey, we could go to Admiral Janeway, we could go to this other admiral, I forget what his name was, but we could go to these admirals, and talk to them, and she's like, look, and when I say she's basically like, look, man, we can't do none of that and everything. I got two operatives out there kind of find out Worf and then, Royce, they handle it. Look, anyway, Rose like, look, I gotta go back to the ship. She take her security team with her, and as they shuttle is leaving, the security team, man, plant this bomb in the middle of flow beam off back to the Titan. All right. Now, Rose like, now I don't know why they decided to put it on such a long timer to whereas, you know, it took as long to do what it did, but it was a reason for everything, I guess. But they end up beaming back over to the Titan, man, so they could finish the manhunt for, of course, Jack Crusher. Now, in this time, though, Ro opens up a channel to the ship, and it basically like, look, this is what's going on. My security team that beamed off. You guys got to finish the hunt. Now, Shaw is listening to all this, man, and she's like, basically Starfleet's been infiltrated. Y'all got to finish the hunt. Most of y'all crew, I done beamed over here to the Titan, over here to the Intrepid. So I hope it's people on the ship on Titan that you can, mostly trust. And hey, this is my last goodbye and everything like that, man. She runs into the nacelle of the Titan, of the Intrepid. Beautiful. That whole fire scene, beautiful. The way the Intrepid dipped down, that was beautiful. And it hurt my heart to see Ro gone again, man. Ro gone, and she looked great. Look, I remember when she played an admiral back in Battlestar Galactica. You know what I'm saying? And she looked, is been a transition for her going back to looking like the Rolaren from the Next Generation. I don't mean nothing bad, but she did her thing. I'm happy to see her. I'm happy to see that she's back in it. Well, for the time that she did, and I'm happy that they were able to close that story. Now we go to Jack Crusher. Jack Crusher comes around the corner, man. He's fighting this thing. Whatever's in him, he's fighting it. Like he is fighting it. All right. So he comes around the corner, man, and it's four people that look like Starfleet officers, but they come to find out they changed this, and they like, look, dude, we finna take you with us, and blah, blah, blah. Dude, he did that whole river thing, turned different. We in the hood we call it turn different. He turned different, and look, that was beautifully choreographed. It wasn't none of those double punch, chop to the. Nah, it wasn't none of that. It was awesome. Now, it's interesting. Can you really break a changeling's neck? I guess that's why he shot him again. But that was well done. Now, I don't understand why the phasers didn't let off the alarm, though. Did anybody find that curious? It should have been an alarm. Anywho, so they end up, and when I say they, the people on the bridge, man, they telling Shaw, man, hey, let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's run. Because right now they trying to set us up, man. It's the people that take the blame on it. They trying to set us up. We need to get out of here. The Intrepid's coming up, man. It's arming and raised shields and everything like that. Shaw's like, all right, look, okay, fine. Last minute, we out of here. Ensign LaForge punches it. Both of those photon torpedoes, one was about to hit the port, one was about to hit the starboard nacelle, but they was out. Now, thing is, the doctor takes the, of course, now we have the four other changing corpses inside the bay there, inside sick bay, and they're deceased, of course. And Dr. Crusher asked, hey, could y'all excuse us, to everybody that's in the sick bay, the doctor and I think one of the two of the security guys. And it's just her and her son, Jack. And when she proceeds to be like, observant like a mother would be of her son, hey, something wrong with you, dude. You're not sleeping. Your eyes is sunk back in the back of your head. I'm a parent. I know you, man. I know. Talk to me. What's going on? What's the deal, Pickle? Look, and he had to just break down and tears from his eyes. Hey, something is wrong with me. Something is very, very, very wrong with me. And I agree, something is very, very wrong with me because I'm having some kind of parasite Eve moment, and things is growing off into the thing like a parasite Eve thing, and I'm not liking that, and it's not cool. And I'm trying to get away, but look, I'm paraphrasing, but look, Starfleet's been infiltrated. Starfleet has been infiltrated. What are they gonna do? They on a run, man. Who can they trust? Come to find out, the earring that Rolaren left. They go sit down, man, and Riker realized, hey, no, man, this is something that she didn't give you this just for nothing. She gave it to you for a reason. Come to find out, it's filled with information. He puts it down on the table, man, and it flashes off everything basically that she died for, man. All of the investigating that she's done. At that instant, they get a transmission coming in, so they decide to answer it. And on the screen is Worf. Look, Worf sees them, they see Worf. Now we got the connection. I'm loving the way they are doing this season. Season 3, look, if this, it ain't no if. They say that this is going to be the last season, but this is the way it should have went out. This is the way the Enterprise crew should have went out. This is the tip, not that season 1 and 2 stuff, but what they're doing is awesome. See what happens when you get people who don't love Star Trek out the mix of Star Trek? Do you see what happens when you get people who do love, who can write, who can, put and add interesting things to canon and expand upon it in a way that still sticks to canon but makes it their own? Man, look, I'm excited. Anybody else excited? I mean, I'm excited. I know y'all can tell I'm excited. But thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And as always, peace, recycle, and say to whales, you guys be cool.